everybody, welcome to Managing My Money with Rosa. Today we are going to stuff October's second paycheck, which actually is my husband's first paycheck of the month. If you're new here, thanks for joining us today. Appreciate that you've taken time to come visit. If you're returning, I'm so excited you're returning, that you enjoy watching my channel. If you haven't already, I'd appreciate if you took a moment to hit subscribe down below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked today's video. So my husband's paycheck is about stuffing our cash envelopes more than it is about stuffing our sinking envelopes. So I actually made cash envelopes. There's a link down below in the description for you to see how I've made my cash envelopes. Overall, it cost me about $4 to make my envelopes. And no, they're not as fancy as some people's, but I like them. And I like the matchy-matchy, I like the colors. So this is what works for me. I also am working on a really tight budget here, so you do what you can do. So today we're going to start by putting $600 mostly into our cash envelopes. Sometimes it's $600, sometimes it's $800. I've already needed to pull the cash out for my husband for cash, so that's $200 right there that's out. So we're left with $600 right now to stuff. So fast food. This month there actually was $11 left over in fast food. So excited! Because we put $100 in. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Let me recount. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We put $100 in every 2 weeks. Fast food is probably something that we should give up. We're not going to, so we go ahead and fund it. This $11. Last check, I put the extra in to pay it forward. I actually am going to just put it into an envelope. 11 extra, no, it's not 11, it's 12. 12 extra fast food. And I'm actually going to put it into a bank envelope in a little bit because I think I need that $12. My husband's truck is having problems right now, so I think we might need to be able to pull some cash together. We've got some in the emergency fund, we've got some in auto, but I don't know if it's going to be enough to take care of fixing his truck. So I don't know what I'm going to do with this $12 yet, but it's definitely not going to stand fast food, but I want to have it to the side in case I need it. And I am a labeler. I like to label what I do with things because otherwise, I don't know about you, I forget. So that's fast food. Groceries. We'll put that there. Groceries. I always put $200 in for groceries. Last month, the only reason I didn't spend all of it is because I went late in the month to spend groceries. We actually are going to leave it in here. So there was actually $13 left over. So we're going to leave that in groceries because, like I said, I went late last month, or late last time. So I know that that should have all been spent. So we're just going to leave that in here. Gas. It's a good thing it is the end of the month because I know that or the end of payday, because I know that I'm in need of gas. There's $2 in here. It's so funny, that's the $2 that seems to never leave. But we're going to put all 50 in there. That's for my car, not for my husband's, that's for my car. Our youngest gets an allowance, and that's $10 a week. He doesn't do a lot around the house, but when he does, he gets $10. And we build up in here until he gets $30. And that $30 is then split between his savings, his spending, and he started to invest. So that's all in here. Paper products. I bulk buy paper products when I do purchase them, and I like to have money set aside just for it, so there's always something in here. So right now we are at 20, 40, 60, 65, 70, 71, 72. My guess is it's probably time for me to start to order paper products again. So we'll work on doing that later. The pet. This is for our Sophie and for the birds. And then when my daughter brings her cat over for us to cat sit, treats for him, and then dog sit for her as well. So we get treats out of it. So 20, 30, 40, 45, 46, $47. and then I get cash. I get 25 goes in here for me. This is actually in the process of building up. A girlfriend and I are going to be having a girl today, so I'm working on saving up because, like, I know we want to go get pedicures, and then that will make sure I have money for it. So 20, 40, 60, 70, 75, 80, $81. Definitely should be good. Pedicures are in 2 weeks, so we see where we are. The RV gets a $100 bill every time. And then once it reaches 200, oh, there's money in here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 100, 200, yes! This means I get to pay the RV payment again. Every time it gets to $200, I make an RV payment. Our RV actually is only like $170, but I pay a little extra every time. So I need to write a note to myself, make RV payment. So that I can remember that I need to do that. And I'll pull that cash out of here and I'll take it to the bank and I'll make that payment. And then toiletries is going to get $15. Toiletries, I also bulk buy like I do paper products. Recently picked up a couple of different things. So we are at 10, 20, 30, 35, 40, 45, 46, $47 in toiletries. So that I can go get toiletries when I need them. Oops. And then the rest of what's here actually is going to go into a couple of sinking funds. Not a lot, but a couple of sinking funds. So the first one that my husband's check always goes into is family 100 birthdays. We try to do $100 for everybody's birthday. Oh, the front's filled. Oh, yep, I started on the back. We try to give everybody $100, all of our kids 100. My husband gets 100, I get 100. So we try to put in, I try to have that $100 every time. So 9, 10, 11, that should be $115 in here, which means I'm going to trade it out. Our next birthday is November, so we will be sending one of our daughters a $100 bill for her birthday. So 20, 40, 60, 80, 90, 100, 105. Hold on, 9, 10, 11. Did I not count something? 2, 4, 6, 8, 100. Oh, 110, 115. I just can't count today. That scared me. So there is $115 in here. So that's exciting. We have that next birthday. The $100 already set aside and ready to go. And then next up, we're going to back up to retirement. So retirement, I try to put $5 in retirement. Now, retirement actually is, basically it's a high interest savings account that we have. And I don't actually keep money in this folder at all. What I do is on that same notepad, I know that I'm going to need to put $5 in high interest savings. And I don't actually put the money in here. I take it to the bank and get it transferred over to that high interest savings account as quickly as I possibly can so that it can start to grow and build. Savings. Now when it comes to my husband's paycheck, I do actually put savings in here. Mine goes into the bank and his stays in the house. We kind of have it split so that if we need cash on hand, we have cash on hand, versus mine is a little bit more. Usually his is $10 and mine is $20. So we try to start to build interest on mine, and his stays in here, like I said, until it gets to a certain point, and then some of it does go in the bank, but we always keep just a small, a couple hundred, so that in case we need cash, we have cash immediately. So let me add today, add another 10, which should give me $50 in here. 20, 40, 50, moving up. All right, and then the last envelope we actually are going to stuff today is tag renewal. Last year we got sideswiped with tags. I was not expecting, I forgot. We have 4 things that require tags: my car, my husband's truck, my daughter's car, and and the RV. Sorry, Elvis, and I couldn't remember what the fourth one was. So I'm trying to avoid having to come up with a couple $100. So I put anywhere $5, $10, just depends, into tag renewal every month with the intent of hopefully having what I need when it's time for my tag. So there should be $90 in here. 20, 40, 60, 80, 85, 90. Yep, right on track. Exciting, exciting. And let me get this back to the beginning. So that is all of our sinking funds. It's all of our cash funds. What's changing is, if you saw my first video from October, we are in the process of trying to save up some extra money for Christmas. I have, in years past, done what they call the 52-week savings challenge, and I absolutely loved it. And the way I used it was, the first week I put in $1, the next week I put in $2, the next week I put in $3, so it increases every week by $1. So at the end, you're putting in $52. Well, I actually didn't use it in order. I tutored, so I'd bring home cash and I'd go, oh, I have this much, and I'd highlight, oh, I have this much, and I'd highlight, oh, and it wasn't in order, but it all got done. Well, I don't have 52 weeks, and the intent is to save this for Christmas, so I know that this is not realistic for me right now, so we're going to put that to the side. I've also done it for my kids. I actually did a 50-cent each week for my kids to make sure they had just a little bit extra for Christmas. So it's where it starts with 50 cents and then $1 and then $1.50, so it increases every week by 50 cents. And this is maybe doable for me, and it would give me $689, but I basically have 3 months before Christmas. I don't know that I'm going to be able to squeeze out an extra $689. I don't think that's realistic, and I want realistic goals. It's one of the reasons why I'm not doing the $1 each week increase, because I can't, realistically, I know that there's not going to be a week that I have $40. There's not going to be a week that I have $45. There's not going to be, so this realistically wasn't going to work for me. So this maybe kind of sort of was going to work for me, but then I thought, I know that I could find $13 along the way and stuff inside for it. So it's not going to be 52 weeks. It's basically going to be roughly 12 weeks, 3 months, because I am trying to save up for Christmas. So that Christmas fund. So I actually have my sinking funds. I have about $320 in my envelope. I have another $54 in change because I've moved to cash. I now have lots of change. So I have $54 in change, and then I use a credit card to pay some things, and then I pay the credit card, and I'm up to $141 cash back to be able to apply towards Christmas. And that leaves me that right now I have about $500 in there for Christmas. So I know that I want a little bit more. Realistically, do I think I can squeeze out another $344? I do. So I'm going to start. Last week I started saving with a purpose. I put $5 in, went to the Dollar Tree, and I got myself this cute little container for $1, and this is going to house my extra cash for Christmas. So this week, instead of putting money into a sinking fund, that was something, not one of those things that I do weekly off of my husband's paycheck, because everything you saw today in my sinking funds is weekly, or is bi-weekly when my husband gets paid. I always put money into family birthdays, I always put money into retirement, I always put money into savings, and I always put money into tag. And then I usually have $20 left to go into one of my other sinking funds. I've decided that that extra 20 needs to get set aside for Christmas. So, and maybe if there's more one week, maybe I can put more than a 20 in. Well, this 20, the highest it goes is 13. So that's a problem. Well, kind of not. I'm going to see how fast I can mark this off and get money into my extra Christmas fund. So I know that I've got 13 in the week, and then $7, and that's my $20. So I've just marked off 2 of them. Toss my $20 into the container. This money I'm not going to stuff in an envelope. I'm not going to count every week. It's just going to come in and grow. And I look forward to seeing where it's going to be by the time Christmas comes. So I want to say thank you so much for joining me today as I stuffed my cash envelopes, my few sinking envelopes, and of course my 52-week savings challenge that's all headed towards Christmas. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd hit the thumbs up for me. If you haven't already, hit subscribe down below. Thanks for joining me on Managing My Money with Rosa. Bye.